Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to my channel. This is Ethiopian Online Education. Today I will discuss about English tenses, basically about the past tense. Okay? ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልኝ የተከበራችሁና የተወደዳችሁ ቻናል ተከታታዮች በያላችሁበት እንደምን አላችሁ? የኢትዮጵያን ኦንላይን ኤጁኬሽን ነው። በዛሬው ዕለት ስለ past tense እናወራለን ወይም ደግሞ ስለ ሁለተኛው ክፍል ማለት ነው። በባለፈው በፓርት 1 ስለ present tense አውርተን ነበር ማለት ነው። Okay, fine. So, past tense means simply it is the duration of time about the past. Alright? As a present tense, past tense has also four classes. Those are the first one is the simple past. Right? Simple past, for example, I worked abroad last summer. And the use of past simple is to talk about past events or finished actions. Past finished action, yeah. The second class of the past tense is past continuous tense. For example, I was working at 2 p.m. yesterday. Yeah. And the use of this past continuous tense is a continuing action at some point in the past. This is the use of past continuous tense. Alright, the third one is past perfect. Past perfect, for example, I had worked there for 2 years before I got my promotion. I had worked there for 2 years before I got my promotion. And what is the use of past perfect? The use of past perfect is to talk about past actions that happened before another past action. እዚህ ጋር ተመልከቱ። አሁን ፐርፌክቱ ላይ ነው ብዙ ጊዜ የሚያወዛገባችሁ። ሲምፕል ፓስት ከሆነ ስላለፈ ፓስት ኢቨንት ባለፈው ጊዜያት ስለተፈጸሙ አክሽኖች የምንገልጽበት ነው። ኮንቲኒየስ ከሆነ ደግሞ በባለፉት ጊዜያት ኮንቲኒቲ ያለው አክሽን መፈጸሙን ለመግለጽ ነው። ፓስት ፐርፌክት ከሆነ ደግሞ በባለፉት ጊዜያት ሁለት አክሽኖች ተፈጽመዋልና አንደኛው ቀደም ብሎ አንደኛው ወደዚህ ጠጋ ብሎ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ቀደም ብሎ ያለውን አክሽን በፓስት ፐርፌክት ነው የምንገልጸው ማለት ነው። and ቀረብ ያለውን ደግሞ በፓስት ቴንስ እንገልጸዋለን ማለት ነው። alright, and the fourth types of past tense is past perfect continuous tense. For example, I had been working there for 2 years before I finally got my promotion. I had been working there for 2 years before I finally got my promotion. And the use of this past perfect continuous tense is to talk about past actions that continue to past points anytime. Okay? እዚህ ጋር ላብራራላችሁ። ሁለት ፓስት አክሽኖች አሉን በል። አንደኛው ከፓስቱ በፊት የነበረው ነው ኮንቲኒቲ ያለው ከሆነ እስከሆነ ፖይንት ኮንቲኒቲ ካለው ፓስት ፐርፌክት ኮንቲኒየስ ቴንስ እንጠቀማለን ማለት ነው። So guys, let us see each one by one. The first one is the past simple. The structure is subject plus V2 form of the verb plus the complement. Right? So, which is used to talk about past finished action. Simple past tense is used to talk about past finished action. Right? Past finished action. The past time ወይም ባለፉት ጊዜያት ስለተጠናቀቀ ወይም ስላለቀ action ወይም event ለመግለጽ ስንፈልግ we have to use the past simple tense or simply simple past. Right? And for example, I did my assignment. Subject plus V2 form of the verb plus the complement. We have said that. So the subject of the sentence is here I, and the verb is did. Did is the V2 form of do. And my assignment or my homework is a complement or simply the object of the sentence. Right? Next, my father gave me a gift. My father gave me a gift. Or I can say that he gave me a gift. My father is the subject of the sentence. Gave is the past form of give. And a gift, okay? Me a gift is a complement, right? Is a complement. ማሟያ ማለት ነው። ማሟያ I went to bed at 4 p.m. last night. I went to bed at 4 p.m. last night. በባለፈው ምሽት ስንት ሰዓት ነበረ የተኛሁት? 4 p.m. 4 ሰዓት ላይ ነበር ወደ አልጋ የሄድኩት። Okay, ስለዚህ past finished action ነው ማለት ነው። Past finished action. Here I is the subject of the sentence and went is the past form of go. The past form of go. Right? ስለዚህ በዛ መልኩ understand ታደርጋላችሁ። And again, Tom ate a box of chocolate. Tom ate a box of chocolate. Here, Tom is the subject of the sentence. Ate is the past form of eat. And a box of chocolate, the complement of the sentence. Right? Yeah. The other types of past tense is past continuous tense. Past continuous tense. The structure of past continuous tense is subject plus was or were plus verb ing plus the complement. Here, if the subject is singular, I have to use was. And if the subject of the sentence is plural, I have to use were. Right? Then plus verb ing, then plus the complement. Fine. And past continuous tense is used to talk about what was happening at a specific moment in the past. What was happening at a specific moment in the past. በፓስት ታይም በሆነ ሞመንት ወይም በሆነ ታይም ሲተገበር የነበረ አክሽን ምን ነበር የሚለውን ለመግለጽ ከፈለኩ I have to use the past continuous tense, right? እዚህ ጋር past continuousን በሉት present continuousን በሉት futureን በሉት የትኛውም continuous ከሆነ ing ማለት በአማርኛው እየ ማለት ነው። እየ ለምሳሌ present tense ላይ present continuous tense ላይ I am eating my breakfast ስል እየበላው ነው፣ ቁርሴን እየበላው ነው። I am teaching እያስተማርኩ ነው። Right? I am learning እያስተማርኩ ነው። I was learning ብል እያስተማርኩ ነበር። so እየ የሚል ነገር አለው ማለት ነው። Right? ስለዚህ ing ማለት በአማርኛው እየ ብላችሁ አንደርስታንድ ማድረግ ትችላላችሁ። Okay, for example, Tom was cooking dinner at 7 p.m. yesterday. Tom was cooking dinner at 7 p.m. yesterday. Tom ትናንት ማታ ምን ሲያደርግ ነበረ? እራት ሲሰራ ነበረ። So we have to use time indicators like yesterday, last night, last week, last year. Alright? እነሱን መጠቀም እንችላለን in addition to was, were ምናምን ከሚሉና v to form of the verb ከዛ በተጨማሪ ማለት ነው። ለምሳሌ my father gave me a gift yesterday ማለት ይችላል። My father gave me a gift yesterday. So yesterday is the time indicator which indicate the action is performed in the past. Right? አክሽኑ ባለፉት ጊዜያት እንደተፈጸሙ ለመግለጽ ይረዳናል ማለት ነው። Alright? Second example. Shakira was dancing on the stage 4 years ago. You know Shakira. Shakira ታውቃላችሁ። ስለዚህ Shakira was what? Dancing on the stage 4 years ago. ከአራት ዓመት በፊት ሻኪራ ስቴጅ ላይ ምን እያለች ነበር? እየደነሰች ስለዚህ dancing ማለት ነው። Since the subject Shakira is singular, I have to use was. Or simply was is the past form of is and am. Whereas where is the past forms of are. Right? That is it. Okay, this tense can also used to describe background information. If we want to describe background information, we have to use a past continuous tense. Past continuous tense. For example, Joan was talking to me while I was recording my video. Look, Joan was talking to me. Joan was talking to me while I was recording my video. Here in this example, there are two continuous action in the past, right? There are two past continuous action. The first one is Joan was talking, and the second one is I was recording my video. So which one is the background information? The background information is Joan was talking to me, right? And the main sentence is I was recording my video. ስለዚህ ቪዲዮን ሪኮርድ ሳደርግ ጆን ምን እያለ ነበረ? እያወራኝ ነበረ። ስለዚህ ዋናው ዓላማዬ ሪኮርድ እያደረኩ መሆኔ ነው። ሪኮርድ ሳደርግ ጆን እያወራኝ ነው። ስለዚህ it is a background information. Background information, right? The other example, it was raining when I went outside. It was raining when I went outside. Alright? When I went outside is simple past tense. It's a background information. And it was raining is simply the past continuous, right? ስለዚህ ሁለት አክሽኖች ይገለጹና ከአንደኛው አክሽን በስተጀርባ ሲፈጸም የነበረው እንዲህ ሳደርግ እንዲህ እየተደረገ ነበር፣ እንዲህ ሲሆን እንዲህ እየሆነ ነበር እምል ከሆነ that's background information. That's a background information. Another example, my friend was dancing when I was singing. Alright? My friend was what? My friend was dancing when I was singing. ስለዚህ I was singing. Maybe the main information. In the background information maybe my friend was dancing. ስለዚህ ጓደኛዬ እየደነሰ ነበር። ምን ሲሆን? እኔ ስዘፍን ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ እኔ መስፈን ዋናው ሐሳብ ነው። ባክግራውንድ ኢንፎርሜሽን ደግሞ የጓደኛ ዳንስ ነው። It's also used when an ongoing action was interrupted by another action. እየቀጠለ ያለ አክሽን በሆነ ሌላኛ አክሽን ኢንተራፕትድ ሲሆን በፕሬዘንት ኮንቲኒየስ ቴንስ እገልጸዋለሁ ማለት ነው። ለምሳሌ we were eating dinner when he arrived. Right? እሱ ሲደርስ ራት እየበላን ነበር። ስለዚህ ራት ተደረሰ እየበላን ነበር። እሱ ከደረሰ በኋላ ራት መብላታችን ኢንተራፕትድ ሆነ ወይም ተቋረጠ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ we were eating dinner when he arrived. Okay? When he arrived, eating dinner is interrupted. Right? ራት መብላቱም ተቋርጧል ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ongoing የሆነ አክሽኑ እንግዲህ we were eating dinner ነበረ። ኢንተራፕት የተደረገው በማን ነው? በሱ መምጣት when he arrived. Alright. The other one is eating dinner. Here look, eating dinner is a long action while arrived is a short action. So the short action can be expressed using the simple past tense, whereas the long action can be expressed using the past continuous tense, right? ስለዚህ if there is two actions in the past, the long action is expressed using past continuous tense, whereas the short action can be expressed using the simple past tense. Right? They were talking. Look, another example. They were talking about the holiday when Betty called them. They were talking about the holiday in the past continuous tense, which is a long action, whereas Betty called them is a short action which is expressed using simple past tense. So here there are two actions, long action and short action. Talking about the holiday is a long action. That means they were talking about the holiday, whereas the short action is Betty called them. ስለዚህ ስለ በዓሉ ወይም ስለ አውደ ዓመቱ ያወሩ ነበረ። ስለዚህ ያወሩ ባሉበት ሰዓት ማን ደወለች? ቤቲ ደወለች ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ቤቲ ኢንተራፕትድ ምኑን ኢንተራፕት አደረገችው? ወሬያቸውን ማለት ነው። Right? The next types of past tense is past perfect. Past perfect. Past perfect, the structure is subject plus had plus past participle or V3 form of the verb plus the complement or the object of the sentence. It's easy to talk about events that happen before another event or up to a certain point in the past. Okay? We have to use the past perfect to express events that happened before another event or up to a certain point in the past. So look, here imagine there were two actions in the past. አሁን በpast time ሁለት አክሽኖች ነበሩ ብለን እናስብ። One action is before the other. አንደኛው ከዛኛው በፊት ነበር. So the first action can be expressed using present perfect, whereas the other action can be expressed using simple past. ሁለት አክሽኖች አሉ። አንደኛው ቀድሞ የተፈጸመ፣ ሌላኛው ከዛ ቀረብ ብሎ የተፈጸመ። ቀድሞ የተፈጸመውን በፐርፌክት በፓስት ፐርፌክት፣ በኋላ የተፈጸመውን በሲምፕል ፓስት መግለጽ እንችላለን ማለት ነው። Alright? For example, when I arrived at the bus station, the bus had already left. Look, the bus had already left. Look, there are two actions here. Arrived at the bus station is the first action, and the other action is the bus had already left. So from those two sentences or from those two actions or events, which comes first? አሁን ሁለቱ አክሽኖች አሉ። ከሁለቱ አክሽኖች ቀድሞ የተፈጸመው ማን ነው? ቀድሞ የተፈጸመው the bus had already left የሚለው ማለት ነው። then left ካረገ በኋላ እኔ ምን አልኩ? ደረስኩ ማለት ነው። when I arrived at the bus station. look አሁን እዚህ ጋር bus station አለ, there is a bus station. then I arrived at the bus station. when I arrived there, the bus had already left. አልፎኛል ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ትናንትና ወይም የሆነ ታይም አድርጋችሁ አስቡት፣ ላስት ዊክ ምናምን ስለ ፓስት አክሽን ስለሆነ እያወራን ያለ ነው። therefore ወደ ባስ ስቴሽኑ ሄድኩ። ባስ ስቴሽኑ ላይ ሲሄድ ባሱ ሄዷል፣ አመልጦኛል። ስለዚህ ባሱ ቀድሞን የወጣው the first action ነው። እኔ መድረሴ ደግሞ ሁለተኛ አክሽን ነው። ግን ሁለቱም በፓስት ጊዜ ወይም በፓስት ታይም የተፈጸሙት። ስለዚህ በመጀመሪያ የመጣውን አክሽን በፓስት ፐርፌክት፣ እንደ ሰከንድ አክሽን በሲምፕል ፓስት ኤክስፕረስ ይደረጋል ማለት ነው። right? She had traveled 10 countries before her third birthday. She had traveled 10 countries before her third birthday. Look, she had traveled 10 countries is the past perfect. Before what? Before her third birthday. ስለዚህ her third birthday may be last week, it may be last month, it may be last year. We don't know when. But before her third birthday, she had traveled 10 countries. አሁን ሶስተኛ ልደቷ አለ። ከሶስተኛ ልደቷ ከመድረሱ በፊት 10 ሀገሮችን ጎብኝታለች ወይም 10 ሀገሮች ላይ ሄዳ ነበር። ስለዚህ 10 ሀገሮች ላይ መሄዷ የቀደመ አክሽን ነው። ሶስተኛ ልደቷ ደግሞ ቀረብ ያለው ሁለተኛው አክሽን ነው። ሁለቱም ኢን ዘ ፓስት ናቸው። ራይት? ስለዚህ እንደዚህ አይነት ኮንትሮል ሲመጡ ፓስት ፐርፌክት እንጠቀማለን ማለት ነው። Another example, she had worked in the company for 5 years before it closed. Look, she had worked in the company for 5 years. ለ5 ዓመታት ያክል ካምፓኒ ውስጥ ሰርታ ነበር። ከመኑ በፊት? ከመዘጋቱ በፊት። ስለዚህ መዘጋቱ አንድ አክሽን ነው። 5 ዓመታት ያክል መስራቷ ሌላኛ አክሽን ነው። ከመዘጋቱ በፊት 5 ዓመታትን ያክል ሰርታለች። 5 ዓመታት ሰርታለች የሚለው የመጀመሪያው አክሽን ነው። በኋላ ተዘጋ። ስለዚህ የተዘጋውን በሲምፕል ፓስት ገለጽ ነው። የቀደመው አክሽን ደግሞ በምን እንገልጸዋለን ማለት ነው? በፓስት ፐርፌክት። ራይት? የመጨረሻ ኤግዛምፕል we had already eaten so we were not hungry when the dinner was served. Look, we had already eaten, so we were not hungry when the dinner was served. Right? Here there are two actions. The first action comes first. That means we had already eaten. It's the first event or the first action. And dinner was served. It's the second action. Dinner was served is simple past, right? It was served. That means it is expressed using passive form. በፓሲቭ ፎርም ስለተገለጸ ነው dinner was served የሚለው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ምግብ በልተን ነበር። ሳይረበን ደግሞ ምን አደረገ? እራት ቀርቧል ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ምግብ ሲቀርብ ኦሬዲ ራት በልተን ስለነበረ ወይም ደግሞ ምግብ በልተን ስለነበረ አራበን። ስለዚህ የመጀመሪያው አክሽን ምንድነው? መመገባችን ነው። ተመግበን ሳይረበን ሌላኛ ራት መጣ ማለት ነው። ሶ የመጀመሪያ አክሽን አለ and ሁለተኛ አክሽን አለ። ስለዚህ there is the first action and second action. ሶ አክሽኖች ከመጡ ብዙ ጊዜ የምንጠቀመው ማን ይሆናል ማለት ነው? past perfect ይሆናል ማለት ነው። I think አንደርስታንድ አድርጋችሁናል ብዬ አስባለሁ። It's very clear. The last parts or classes of past tense is past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense, the structure is subject plus had been plus verb ing plus the complement. Alright? Past perfect and past perfect continuous is used interchangeably by native speaker. That means, if you remember, I have said that present perfect and present continuous have similar meaning, right? We can use interchangeably except some conditions. Here also past perfect and past perfect continuous have similar meaning, so the native speaker use them interchangeably. Alright. For example, I had worked there for 5 years when the company closed. This sentence is past perfect, whereas I had been working there for 5 years when the company closed is the past perfect continuous tense. But those two sentences have the same meaning. Except their structure, they have the same meaning. ተመሳሳይ የሆነ ምንድን ያላቸው ትርጉም ነው ያላቸው። I had worked there for 5 years when the company closed, and I had been working there for 5 years when the company closed. ተመሳሳይ ትርጉም ነው ያለው። ያ ማለት መሰላችሁ ካምፓኒው ከመዘጋቱ በፊት ለ5 ዓመታት ያክል እየሰራው ነበር እና ስሰራ ነበር። what is the difference? ልዩነት የለው። alright? ስለዚህ በዛው አንደርስታንድ ታደርጋላችሁ ማለት ነው። Okay, however, you should use for the following situation እንግዲህ ለሚከተሉት ኮንዲሽኖች እንጠቀማለን። The first one is you should talk about a certain action in the past that continued up to the certain time and continued after it. Okay? ምን ከሆነ አለ you should talk about a certain action in the past that continued up to a certain time and continued after it. Or we have to use the past perfect continuous tense to talk about repeated action happened in the past up to a certain point in the past, right? Now let us see an example. They had been working for hours before they decided they were lost. They had been working for hours before they decided they were lost. አሁን ለ4 ሰዓታት ያክል እየሰሩ ነበር ምን ከማረጋቸው በፊት ከመጥፋታቸው በፊት ወይም ለመጥፋት ከመወሰናቸው በፊት። ስለዚህ here there are two actions. The first action is they had been working for 4 hours. Alright? The second action is they decided they were lost. So በዚህ ኮንዲሽን እንጠቀማለን። The second one, the orchestra has been practicing for a month before the concert happened. Here also there are two actions. The first one is practicing the orchestra. So practicing the orchestra can be expressed using past perfect continuous. That is, the orchestra had been practicing for a month. The second action is concert happened. The concert happened. So before the concert happened, the orchestra had been practicing for a month. ስለዚህ ሁለት አክሽን ይሰጣል። አንደኛው ሎንግ አክሽን ነው፣ ቀደም ብሎ የተደረገ then ቀጥሎ የሚመጣው አክሽን ደግሞ በሲምፕል ፕሬዘንት ይገለጻል ማለት ነው። ሶ የምታዩት ከሆነ ከፓስት ፐርፌክት ጋር ተመሳሳይነት አለው ማለት ነው። ዛት ማች ልዩነት የለውም። ኦኬ ሶ ጋይስ ዲስ ኦል አባውት ቱዴይስ ሌሰን። እዚች ጋር ጥያቄ አስቀምጥላችኋለሁ። እቺን ጥያቄ ትሰራታላችሁ። ኦኬ try this question, and if you are new for this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.